It's like this recording thing. I asked my 8-year-old son, what should I talk about, you know? And he casually says to me, well, Daddy, just describe what you're seeing. I don't think he literally means quite literally every bit of information. I think like what car do I see or anything like that. But this being the very first ride that I've been out on the bike with this setup, I'm testing the mic, I'm testing the camera angle. Crikey, I'm even testing what to say myself. So today we're just going to take a slight little detour to a slight little off-road section that I've done before. It's a lovely little bit of road and off-road bit for beginners, because I am technically a beginner. So we will try that out. So what I'll do is I'll start this camera once over there. I'll show you the bike that I'm riding on. Well, obviously my friends and family already know that. And these videos are primarily meant for these people. This is not about YouTube likes or, you know, all of this nonsense. I don't really care about that. This is more about a video diary of where I've been and what I've done, and, you know, my little son can have a look at it, my sons even, and my daughter can have a look at it, and maybe get some inspiration and try doing some of it themselves. So let's catch up in a bit. Well, I had to show you guys this en route to the road that I'm talking about, but of course the scenery is fabulous. As you can see, big district, eh? Probably doesn't get as much exposure as it deserves. Beautiful place. Not so easy to kind of either be too slow or too fast. The people quickly go on your tail. I think this is a 60-mile-an-hour road, to be fair, but yeah, it just looks lovely. Let's just appreciate this for a bit. And of course you get these lovely bits of road here where you kind of wish you was on a sports bike or something. The road is just lovely. And I wonder who owns all of this land as well. I mean, surely it can't be all government. Bikers galore. Bikers galore. Everyone out. Oh, bumpy road here. can imagine it's because of the grip. Anyway, let's focus on what we're supposed to be doing, which is get to that road that I want to show you guys. That is just one off-road lane that we're going to do today, and then we're going to head home. This is just a exploration route to feel how the setup works, how do we feel about the helmet with the camera on. It's a little bit difficult because you get a little self-conscious, if I'm honest, but we'll see. We'll figure it out, I'm sure. So you guys over here, this is one of the lanes that I first tried out. It's got a lovely place here. It's like a quarry or something. I don't know if you can get down there. Probably can somehow. I don't know how to get to it. Well, there's a road up there that you can get to it. I just don't know whether you're allowed to. I'm going to make the educated assumption that you're not. However, for those of you that stumble on this video that are not actually my members of family and wanted to know what I'm riding the Voge 900 DX. Actually, let's correct that. It's 900 DSX, whatever. It's a 900, okay? It's basically a BMW engine on from a Chinese manufacturer, and I've already taken this bike across to Portugal. It's been fantastic. A couple of changes. Exhaust can down here that's been changed. I've taken all the scaffolding off because I'm not going to be using it for now, so I want the weight to be decreased. I've got a lightweight lithium ion battery, and I'm using these tyres to go off-road. Listen, I'm not a professional. I'm not an expert at off-road. I'm an absolute beginner. Decent on-road rider, I would like to think, but off-road, boy, lots to learn. However, we're just going to do this green lane down, and hopefully everything goes according to plan. And then we're going to head home, and then obviously I'll edit this and post it. Now, I know there's loads of people trolling out there. This is not for popularism or for people to think, oh, I'm trying to become a celebrity. I couldn't care about that. This is about me showing my loved ones, where I've been, what kind of adventures I've been to, and all of you, because this is YouTube, that come across. If you enjoy it, of course, I mean, feel free to say hi. Don't if you don't. Either way. But yeah, let's crack on. Let's do this. As always, this never looks as steep as it actually is. Never does. Never does. But It's a relatively okay path. I'm just not very good at this kind of stuff, so we'll just ride and see how we get on. Now, I've done this before, and I know there's a bit down here that scared the crap out of me because I didn't feel comfortable. When you get these big rocks, you just expect the front wheel to be bouncing everywhere. And I don't know, man. When you're riding on the road, that shit happening, it's not comfortable. It doesn't get any more comfortable with happening off-road, but I suppose you kind of have to just get better at it, really, I suppose. Now, a lot of what I struggle with is seat positioning. What am I supposed to be doing? Am I supposed to be holding the rear brake? I mean, I think my rear brake lever is adjusted incorrectly, so I'll have to address that. And yes, gates. I know everyone kind of complains about it, and it is so freaking true. There's so many goddamn gates. Now, obviously this green lane that we're doing today is just short, so we won't get much of this. But nevertheless, man, it's a lot. And yes, it goes without saying, leave it as you found it. I also get very panicky about the stand being like that. You always think that the bike is going to sink in and fall over. You see some of the videos where the bike just and it falls over. In fact, my brother had his BMW and he dropped it because of a similar situation. Yep, here we go. I think this is the bit that I wasn't too keen on. So let's see how we get on with it. Yes, it is easy, guys. Yes, it is very, very easy. So for those off-road guys out there, yeah, this is not hard. I'm not saying it is. I'm sure you will be like, oh, you know, don't worry about it, just roll down the hill. The bike will do everything for you. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. But, gosh, you know what? It's funny here. Oh, look, there's some people filming something here. What are they filming? They're filming wildlife. That's pretty cool. Let me feature in it. I'm wild. Oh yeah, was this the bit that I didn't like so much? You always feel like you're having to pick a very, very specific route. Or like where you go isn't where you should have gone. Yep. Yep. I almost feel like the loose gravel like that is like it's the worst because it's unpredictable. I think if you like on rocks like this, you know that the bike is on solid ground, so it should be okay. I'd imagine this in the rain, this would be slippery as hell. Nearly. And I think that actually is the worst of it. Like I said, guys, it wasn't a particularly hard green lane. It's just a tricky one where we, of course, this you can. You notice how people come straight here, like crisscrossing. No, you can press the front brake if you need to. And I think we're coming up to the road now, actually, which we are. And it brings us back to the green lane having been completed. So. Yeah, that was good fun. Hopefully I didn't look like an absolute bell end on that one, but if I did, feel free to tell me. You gotta always be guided by Moses. In case you're wondering what that joke comes from, is this multicolored Range Rover. It's got M900SES. Unless you can come up with a different spelling, that to me says Moses. Just going through a nice little valley now. I wonder if you can hear a lot of road noise or engine noise. That probably might be something nice to listen to. I also have no idea what level my battery comes up with at this point, because obviously I have no idea. But the other thing I'd like to do is, there is an error, a warning that comes up on the front of my screen telling me that yes, you can't have two screens when recording at a certain resolution. But I wonder if there is a chart somewhere that tells you got to have this resolution in order for you to be able to have a front screen, or just don't use the front screen, or just use one or the other. I don't know, I'm still learning this, you know, this DJI Action 4. All it's worth though, I bought it from quite cheap, so I'm not complaining too much. So, but yeah, this is actually just the beginning of what I'm going to do. So, just to give you a little update, it's I've been on a tour already. Didn't quite get the cameras on time, so I didn't get to record it. I'm going to have to do it all over again, maybe with a couple of friends. Go and do it again and explore the same roads or similar roads, similar areas. But basically it was pretty much what everybody else does. UK, got across to Calais, right down through France, off motorways and things like that, down to northern Spain, go across Bilbao, Santander. Of course, mandatory, do the Picos. That's where it all started, this whole adventure riding idea. And then continue west to Galicia, from Galicia go down to Braga, Porto, and from Porto traverse from one side from west to east through the Douro River, or the Douro Valley more accurately to be fair, where if you haven't done it before, I highly recommend it. Beautiful valley, roads are fantastic, and the weather was fantastic as well. I kind of wish I had taken the camera, because I would have been able to capture a lot of what I saw. And of course on a bike it's not very convenient to just stop and take pictures. You just ride, look, keep going. So I'll definitely have to do it again with more time and stuff like that. But yeah, so just wanted you guys to kind of get a bit of a feel. I still don't know how I'm going to edit all this footage, to be fair with you. So I'm not going to specifically put any chronological order to it. Yeah, go on then, go on then, go on then, come on. Oh, that was a bit, a bike just not deciding what gear to be in, and she could see I was coming through. I mean, it is what it is, right? So, but yeah, moving on from what I was saying, I will have one little treat for you guys, which is the Cut and Fiddle Run road, which I believe I'm going to go through, where I will record the whole stretch. Whether I include it in this video or not, or a separate video altogether, I'm not too sure, but I will speak to you guys in a momento.